In the United States, from the time a parent identifies that their child needs mental health care until they receive an accurate diagnosis and effective treatment, an average of 10 years has passed. That is a childhood lost. The stakes are even higher with bipolar disorder, as its suicide attempt rates are estimated to be as high as 60%. Therefore, it is imperative that we identify immediate at home interventions to reduce symptom frequency and severity and to improve long term outcomes. We examined not only the effects of ketogenic therapy on symptoms of bipolar disorder in children, we also looked at what it takes to make successful adoption of ketogenic therapy possible for families. The families in our study spent 6 months learning the science of ketogenic therapy while transitioning their children to a ketogenic food plan, tracking foods, ketones, and symptoms, while we also built a community of families that continues to support one another even now after the study has ended. On validated measures of 5 symptoms common in pediatric bipolar disorder, 100% of subjects who met the completion criteria showed meaningful improvement. On 2 main symptom categories of bipolar are, of course, depression and mania. And as rated on the Beck Depression Inventory and on the Young Mania Rating Scale, both sets of symptoms dropped an average of 76%. Averages in aggression dropped by 58%. Sleep disruptions decreased by an average 51%, and obsessive compulsive scores decreased by 42%. Importantly, all 5 measures showed statistical significance, with the Beck and obsessive compulsive scale both with p-values less than 0.05, and the overt aggression scale, Pittsburgh Sleep Quality Index, and the Young Mania Rating Scale with p-values less than 0.01. This subject, diagnosed at age 6, had been denied access to mood stabilizers, had failed 2 ADHD medication trials, and was being offered antidepressants, which are contraindicated in bipolar treatment. Instead, the family opted for ketogenic therapy. This child experienced a complete elimination of both depressive and obsessive compulsive symptoms, over 90% reductions in both mania and chronic sleep disruptions, and a 62% reduction in aggression, which is a devastating symptom that impacts self-esteem and the whole family's quality of life. The younger the child, the more easily they adapted to the food plan, and the lower the macro ratios required to reach and sustain higher ketone levels. But regardless of age, the children connected ketogenic therapy to feeling better. So once in ketosis, they had intrinsic motivation to stay on plan. This particular child, now at bedtime, asks his mother for his good dreams fat bomb, which is the only thing ever to have stopped his nightmares. Therapeutic levels of ketosis ease symptoms and improve quality of life for children with bipolar. But achieving and maintaining therapeutic levels of ketosis requires more than just being given information on keto guidelines. Success requires frequent and sustained contact with both experts guiding them and with a strong peer community to help families navigate the unexpected and unavoidable obstacles that occur along the way, and to break down their isolation caused by persistent stigma against mental illness. The most powerful tool we have to ensure positive long-term outcomes in mental illness is early intervention. And ketogenic therapy is the most promising early intervention that we have, helping children avoid traumatic hospitalizations, unnecessary and contraindicated medication trials and their side effects. Because as we've seen, it is the combination of ketosis and community that has brought hope to families who've had nowhere else to turn for far too long.